So, Liz Truss and her energy price freeze. It'll stop your bills getting any higher, but at what cost? She plans to pay for this freeze by borrowing the money for it entirely, some 100 to 130 billion pounds. The old magic money tree isn't just getting a bloody good shaking again, folks. The Tories are chopping bits off and flogging it for kindling. But whilst this might be good news from a purely domestic consumer perspective on the face of it, Truss's economic illiteracy is on show. But is it born entirely out of ignorance, or is there more to it? Let's assume she is just ignorant to start with. She wants to borrow a vast amount of money. 130 billion seconds for perspective is just over 4,100 years, and it's public money entirely paying for it, our money. So the government is printing money to pay for it, which risks stoking inflation. Inflation is controlled by taxes, but Liz is all about the tax cuts, isn't she? She's been talking about very little else. For example, she scrapped Rishi Sunak's planned 6% hike in corporation tax, so the likes of Amazon or all those energy companies get effectively a big tax cut from Truss. Plus, they're getting a massive state subsidy from us. So they're effectively being let off paying pretty much any tax. And Truss's plans are to add this borrowing onto our bills after they hopefully come down, thus keeping them high. High energy bills will become normalised by this. It will saddle the state with unnecessary debt for decades. We're about to enter a recession in all likelihood. Jobs are being lost, and quite how these bills will be paid by many is anyone's guess. And if inflation is stoked by it as well, driving up the price of everything else, as we know all too well by now it does, we could be struggling to get by for years and years to come. The pound is already now at a 37-year low against the dollar as a direct result of these plans. Why won't Truss make these companies pay anything? They're forecast to make £170 billion in excess profits over the next 2 years. They can literally absorb this price freeze if made to all on their own. Why let them off paying anything at all? As ever, so many of the Tories themselves are funded by those with vested interest in the energy market, or indeed have shares themselves. Rees Mogg is a fine example now, being the business and energy minister, despite himself having investments in the fossil fuel industry. A complete conflict of interest, you would imagine, but no matter. Truss herself, before entering politics, worked for Shell, so you have to wonder whether her links to the energy industry persist to this day, even more so as she apparently wants to resume fracking. The entire plan is a sham, enriching profiteers at our expense.